Alright friends, so we have now developed a full roll with the lab box. I've cut my negatives into strips, some 6, some 4, and some 3 that obviously did not come out. I think I learned a lot in this process with the lab box of better ways to develop, better ways to, here we go. We got an image coming up right now that I'm scanning in. I learned a lot on my initial experience with the lab box. So let's just put it that way. I certainly have a lot to say in an upcoming video specifically about the lab box. But what we're doing now is we are using my BullSHITT OpticFilm 7500. So that's an older one, it's an older model. And depending on your uses, guys, this might be just fine for you, or it might be completely underwhelming for your needs. But for instance, let me just put it this way. Every camera that comes through here, every camera I get, first thing I do is shoot a roll of film through it. Especially if it's something that says it's been tested, and then I look at it and there's something that's a little off. I make sure I shoot a roll through it. And I want to make sure that no matter what, the camera is what it says it's going to be, or what I'm expecting from it. And oftentimes it's not. So I think that is why it's important to do that. And yes, it gets awfully costly. I essentially run 2 rolls through every camera because I buy, sell, trade, you know, and do a lot with film cameras. For instance, this particular camera, this was a roll of Ilford Delta 400 shot through a Nikon EM. When I got the camera in, it looked pretty good, but I could tell on auto it was acting a little funny. So I wanted to just throw a roll through it. I redid all the seals, I cleaned it out, redid all the seals, and sure enough, the shutter was acting kind of funny. So I just took it to my daughter's concert, ran the roll through it, and I just happened to have a roll of Ilford Delta 400 on hand, so I used that. And I remember that night, you know, of course, I'm a single father of 5 under 18. We're all scrambling to get to the concert, so I just grabbed a roll and went. So remember, this is pre-service. This is before I serviced the camera. This is how the camera came to me. And now we're scanning up an image, and I'm going to show you what this image looks like closer right here. It's a picture of my daughter after her concert, and that's my first roll through the lab box. So really essentially knowing nothing about the right way to use the lab box except for what I had watched on YouTube, but we had a lot of sticks, meaning the roll stuck to itself because I know that the ramp, the gray ramp that the film rolls down, was too tight. And I should have known that while I was doing it, but I didn't want to open up half a roll of film. But I could hear that the roll was getting tighter, and you could tell that the roll was bowing because the gray ramp was too tight. It was squeezing the roll. So it was absolutely squeezing the roll together, and so I did get a couple sticky images. But overall, I also got just a couple decent images that are just memories. And these aren't award-winning images. I'm not putting them in a, in a collection book. I'm not framing them, not blowing them up. They're memories. If that's really what you do, if you do this for fun, you're not planning on blowing images up to giant proportions, 35mm is perfectly sufficient. A BullSHITT OpticFilm 7500 goes up to 7200 DPI. So for an older scanner, for a 35mm scanner, that's pretty good for resolution. 7200 is actually quite impressive for something this old. Now, I think what we'll do is I also developed a roll of 120 early this morning because I couldn't sleep. Early this morning because I wanted to see if I could use my leftovers. I made a short of this morning. I wanted to see if I could use my leftovers for a roll of 120. So I developed a test roll of 120, and then we'll scan that up on the scanner, and we can also even rescan this 35 millimeter and see the difference. So, but I just wanted to show you guys, and this is with poor preparation. First time, I'm not using gloves. I squeegeed down my film, but I didn't go crazy wiping it off. There's just so much more. This is the lowest level, okay? Barely any preparation, not knowing anything about what you're doing, and just jumping into it, diving into it. We're scanning up film, and frankly, in my opinion, it looks like film. That's the joy of it. It's film photography, and it looks like film photography. Now, this is certainly not a great quality of film photography, but this is also a roll of film I didn't mind wasting while testing everything out. So the next rolls that we do will certainly be far more refined than this one. So don't be afraid to get your feet wet. Don't be afraid to jump in. I do think that the lab box is a great way to go. Even developing the 120 that I did this morning went much better, much smoother than this 35 millimeter roll. I am actually more looking forward to those scans because it was just a stop I made at the side of the road, but I actually got a couple cool shots of some train tracks and our nuclear towers. We have a nuclear power plant here. So I'm kind of excited to see those anyway, just for fun. And it was a cheap roll of Arista EDU 100, I believe it was. So my point is that I'm trying to take the fear of at-home development scanning away from this for you. I want you to see that, even if it's not done perfectly and with white gloves on and in a dust-free room and everything is like, done perfectly, it can still yield decent results. I would not look at this roll as decent results. This is definitely sub-decent results, but if you do it right, and as we move forward with the lab box, and again, remember, this was my first time using the CineStill DF96 monobath. So for a one-step developer, I mean, a one-step developer, an all-in-one dark room, tiny little box to develop your film at home, and if you do everything right and do it to the best potential of it, I do think you can yield good results. And this is just scanned up. And remember, this is just a test roll. This is from the Nikon EM Ilford Delta 400, and this is pre-servicing. So I wanted to see what I needed to do to that camera to get it working perfectly up to par. A lot more to come. We're going to scan up those 120s and then another roll of 35. I'm going to do a few more tests because I want to get the kinks out and I want to work out the imperfections. So stay tuned and I'll catch you in the next one.
Let's deal with the